Yeah, well, so far what I'm hearing from employees is, they're a combination of people who are in the camp where they want to feel safe, and then when they do come back to the office, they want to know that everyone around them is vaccinated. And for Google, that means that most people are going to be coming into the office in the new year at least 3 days a week. And so there's a portion of folks who are, excited and happy about that. And then there's a small portion of folks who are, think this is an overreach. And we reported a couple weeks ago how several hundred employees signed a manifesto essentially opposing the vaccine mandate and upset about the walk back from what executives initially said would happen, which was that you would be able to work from home if you didn't want to get vaccinated. So there's really a combination here. But I'm seeing a lot of folks who are saying that they're happy about this and that it makes them feel a bit safer.
Jennifer, I know a number of companies are reporting that more than 90% of their workforces overall have self-reported that they are vaccinated. I don't know if you know Google's percentage, but I'm also curious if you have a sense of how this COVID dynamic is changing Silicon Valley culture. Back before a couple years ago, there was very much this, concerted effort through free food and dry cleaning and all sorts of other things to keep people close together in office spaces, even without walls, without cubicles and open, which is now, I guess, completely not cool. But how is that changing the way people think about perhaps working together, being together?
Yeah, I think it comes down to something that you've talked about in this show is people want flexibility. They still want to be able to get those free perks. I know a lot of Googlers who have talked to me about the only reason they're excited about going back into the office is to have that free food that they haven't had over the last, year and a half. So I think that'll still play an important part and people will like the convenience of that. But ultimately, I think most people are looking for flexibility and that option to come in and also the option to kind of travel and, live a nomad life if they want or, move if they want without getting their pay docked. So I think it's shifted a lot more to kind of flexibility and away from those perks. But there's certainly a large contingent of people who are very much excited to get free meals again.
Hey, finally, Jen, Google's been a leader in whatever protocol they've set forth. They've been one of the earliest to do so. And a lot of people react to that by saying, well, there are few companies that are better at synthesizing big data, who understand virology better than Alphabet and Google. I wonder, is that view shared widely in the Valley? That they have better eyes on this than most?
I think so. Yeah. Google's always been, as you said, it's been this big data company, perhaps more so than any other tech company. And they really try to, at least they say they try to ground many of their decisions based on data. At the same time, you have employees like this vaccine mandate, for example, folks who I've heard from who say that Google isn't taking into account other forms of data like antibody testing and whatnot. So I think we're going to hear a little bit more about, employees who kind of are undecided about which types of data the company kind of chooses to use and how they apply some of these policies. But I certainly think everyone looks to Google because they do set the standard for culture and they do have these sort of annual surveys and regular surveys about what the employees want, and they do try to take a lot of that data and form their policies with it.
Right, right.